Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Sem Gamer, and I'm back with some more Chain Strike. And I just wanted to go over the best Nat 5s per direction in the game. Alright, so what I mean by that is there's 5 different types of per unit or per guardian, and one of them is the best or better than the other one. So I'm not giving you the best Nat 5s in the world. I'm giving you the best of which direction of the Nat 5, if that makes sense to you. Alright? The reason is I got this comment yesterday, as you can see, it said, "What the F is wrong with this Hades? I have one too. He can't switch position with the enemy, and his third skill has no chance to use it more than once." Alright? And then I told him, I wanted to know, which direction do you have? And then I said, I have a Rook Hades. Those one goes straight up and down, left and right, you'll see. And his third skill resets when he gets a kill. Alright? And that's what I want y'all to realize, guys. Not all of the 5 stars are the same. If you're used to these type of games like a Summoner's War, Monster Super League, etc., they tend to have different skills per element. This one doesn't use elements, they use directions, and whatever those directions are, they have different skills. Alright guys, so with that being said, let's go ahead and check out the best Nat 5s per direction. Alright, so let's first check out Diaz. Alright, so first of all, Diaz is a support type. Let's look at the awakening form. And the best one in this one right here, guys, is the Bishop. Alright. So the Bishop goes diagonal both ways. As you see, I just went to him. Alright, the reason this one is the best one is because of his second and third skills. They are better than all of the others. So I'll show you what it is. The first skill, all of them always have the first skill, no matter what Guardian is. They're all gonna have the first skill the same. Alright, so we'll just go over the first skill. Attacks the enemy in range to decrease the skill cooldown time of all allies by 1 turn, with a 50% chance when at least 3 Guardians participate in the attack. Alright, so you have a chance of decreasing your cooldown time every time you go, as long as you get a pincer attack in there. Alright, this one right here, what separates them is this skill right here, the Swamp Trap. Attacks the enemy in range 2 consecutive times to replace up to 3 beneficial effects of the target with a bomb that explodes in 2 turns. Alright, so he has, on this second skill, he does the most damage out of all the other ones. He attaches a bomb and it blows up in 2 turns. And this is one of the main reasons having Diaz, a really good support, one of the best units, is because of this skill right here. He gains 1 AP and becomes able to act. Alright, so you could actually essentially do more actions in 1 turn. So you could really attack with 2 characters with this. Alright, because it takes 2 AP. He could give you back another AP because you're going to have 1 AP left over. And then again, you could attack and you'll have your second AP. So this direction is the best out of all of them. Alright. Right, next we got we're gonna do Hades. Alright, so we're wondering which direction is the best for this Hades. As y'all seen, the Hades that I have happens to be the best. So I got really lucky, okay? He was saying he had a Hades too, but it doesn't do the same. The reason that the Rook Hades, the one that I'm on right now, is the best one. Alright, the one that goes straight up and down, straight left and right, is because his second and third skills synergize the best. Alright, so he has this skill. Well, the first skill we know is silences. Alright, so all of them gonna be the same no matter what direction it is. Alright, but this one right here, he changes locations with an enemy. There's other ones that change location with the enemy, but it doesn't have the third skill. That attacks 4 consecutive times, and when you get a kill, you reset everything, your cool time, back to like 0, so you get the attack again. Alright, and do this skill again, the space cut. Oh, sorry, let me get back to that. Alright, and you get to do space cut again. Alright, there's other ones that have a switching skill, but they don't have, like I said, they don't have this third skill. And there's some that you can switch with allies, switch with an ally, but it's not as useful, definitely in PvP, as being able to switch with the enemies, because you can bring the enemies on your side, you can get a pincher attack, plus you can kill them on their side. Alright, because switching with your enemies on your ally on your side isn't always going to be as useful. Alright, so that's why this Hage is the best one. So hopefully when you get a 5-star, you'll look for which one is the best one. That hopefully you did get one of the best ones out of these 5. Alright, let's go to the next one. The next one is Warriong. Alright, and also the best Warriong is the Rook. Just like the Hage Rook, Warriong straight up and down, left right is the Rook. Alright, sometimes they call him Castle and Chest. This is the best one because of her passive skill. They all have the same first skill. It gives you continuous damage, and it disturbs HP recovery. Now, for her, she consumes 20% of her current HP to attack the enemy in range 3 consecutive times, and inflicts damage that ignores the defense with a 50% chance. So she has a skill that ignores defense. Alright, but what makes her so good right now, but above all the rest, it's kind of like the Phoenix in Summoner's War. Alright, is this skill right here. It instantly revives with 100% HP when defeated, and recovers HP of all allies, not yourself, by 5% each. So you heal everybody every turn by 5% each. Alright, plus when you die you come back. So this is like you have 2 lives. You can make her tanky if you want to, but she's gonna do a lot of damage, especially with this ignore defense skill. Alright, she has a 50% chance to ignore defense on 3 attacks. Alright, so easily the best one. If you do get a Warriong, hopefully you get a Rook type, and yeah, I think you would be in love with this Warriong, because he gives me a lot of problems in PvP already. Alright, the next one you want to go with is Chaos. The best one, drum roll, is the Queen. Alright, the Queen directional Chaos is the best one. This is an attack type monster. Alright, the reason it's the best is because her third, I don't know if this is a he or her, man, but whatever Chaos is, third attack goes the best with his directions. And what I mean by that is, well, let's look at his first and second ones first. Alright, so the first skill, he attacks 3 consecutive times, and you stun with 35% chance. Alright, and you could gain 1 AP when the target is defeated, so that makes him a beast. Alright, he does a lot of damage. If he kills you on his first attack, you're gonna gain an AP, and your team could, kind of like when I just showed you with Diaz, could go again. So he is really great. Alright, I'm just gonna call him a he. I don't know what it is. I'm calling him a he. Alright, now next one is that attacks the enemy in range and recovers HP of all allies by 10%. So it's good to have an attacker that could give you sustain and heal. So that's gonna also be very good. But the reason we say he's the best is because his third skill here. Alright, now this one attacks all enemies. It's an AoE, and it increases skill cooldown time to the max. Alright, so definitely in PvP, we know he's gonna do a lot of damage on this skill, so he could hit more people. The more people he hits, the more people he resets to the max, the easier it is that PvP match is. Plus he's gonna probably kill everybody. The reason I say it's the best is because the Queen has the most chances of hitting the most opponents. So with this being said, that makes the Queen Chaos the best Chaos. Alright, let's check out Krishna. Krishna is next. Okay, Krishna is a defense type. Alright, she's solely built for PvP. She has all type of skills that's like you can do double damage on an enemy's gimmick and all that good stuff, but it's mainly PvP you'll probably be using her for. But the reason we'll go with the Rook. Alright, so the one I'm on right now, the Rook is the third skill, is very useful in dungeons and in PvP. So that's why she's not just the other ones. I can only really be seen used for PvP. So the ones that have more use is this one right here. We'll go over her skills. We all know they all have the same first skill. Attack the enemy in range and decreases the defense for 2 turns with an 80% chance. Alright, so Anytime you decrease defense is really useful. Alright. Attacks the enemy in range 3 consecutive times and inflicts double damage on gimmicks. And creates a shield that's equal to 15% of the caster max HP and grants immunity against weakening effect on all enemies for 2 turns. Alright. So what's really good is you can take this one into the dungeons as well because of that. Creating a shield, 15% of your max HP, and granting immunity can be very useful in the dungeons. It is definitely also in PvP. And on top of that, in PvP, doing double damage to the gimmicks can be very useful as well. Definitely if you're going to get somebody like Carly, who does a lot of damage, and that gimmick can cause a lot of problems. Okay, so out of all of them, the Rook type is the best type for Krishna. Okay, we can check out Lord Dragon next. Where's she at? All right, yeah, okay. So Lord Dragon, he's a little different than the other ones. His first and third skill, all of them are the same. Okay. Now, their second skill changes for all of them. The Queen Lord Dragon is the best. Okay. Because his first skill right here is more useful with him. What I mean by that is, let's read it. So they're all gonna have the same first skill. The head of the dignified dragon does not take any orders. Attacks a random enemy target in range when the turn ends. So you have no control of who he attacks when the turn ends. He's just gonna attack a random person that's near him. Okay. The third skill that's the same is to move Lord Dragon to an enemy empty tile within your movement range to create a shield that's equal to 20% of the max HP for 2 turns. So you can move him around, and then you can have a shield on you for 20% of your HP for 2 turns. All right, this first skill does a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage. If you've seen him in the arena or went against him, you probably already know. Do we look at his awakened form? All right, he does a lot of damage. Now, he increases critical damage for 1 turn when the turn begins. The reason I like this on him is because the more damage he hits you, when he hits you, he tends to crit. All right, so you want to just get crit rate up on him, and he'll definitely take you out one shot if he with his first skill, the passive skill, and it synergizes with his direction because he has more chances of hitting more people around him because the directions go everywhere with the Queen. Okay, so that's why he's the best one. Just to show you what I mean by his skills are pretty much all the same. This one, they move around. 20% of HP is put on him. He attacks at the end of the turn. But the only thing different we're here is the attack damage increase for him. All right, here you remove a weakening effect on your second skill. Here on your second skill, you recover your HP by 10%, and this one increase your attack power. All right, but for overall, even though it's only one thing that changes per direction, this is the Queen is the best one when it comes to Lord Dragon. Since he has limited movement, you want him to be able to reach more areas, and this is probably the best out of all of them, especially with the crit damage increase. So if you got this one, you should be very happy, even though every single one of them are good. All right, so this isn't one of those where if you pull one, you should be mad you didn't get the other one, because they're all good. But the Queen, if I had to choose, would be the best. All right, now let's go ahead and go to Lulu. All right, Lulu is an HP type. All right, and the best Lulu is the Queen Lulu. All right, his third skill is scary. With this Lulu, with the Queen directional Lulu, scary. Reason being, let's go with his first skill first. All right, they all have the same first skill. Attack the enemy in range to remove 1 weakening effect granted on yourself when you land a critical hit, and expand your movement range for 2 turns when the target is defeated. So if you kill somebody, you get an extended target range. So that's really, really, really good. Okay. Now, the second skill attacks the enemy in range 3 consecutive times to inflict bonus damage to the enemy under inability effects and increases the weakening effect duration by 1 turn. Alright, so that skill is useful, but this is not why it makes him the best. The reason he's the best, let's go ahead and go to his awakened form, is attacks all enemies in range to bounce them out of range and stuns them for 2 turns. Alright, so the fact that this is scary is this the queen direction goes every which way. Okay, it's not just up and down, left and right, it goes every way. So he could hit more units with this 3rd skill and stuns them for 2 turns. And you know, being stunned for 2 turns in this game can mean the end of you in the arena, and it could also help you out surviving, definitely going up the tower and being in dungeons and all that good stuff. So the more he could hit, the better, which is why the queen direction is the best Lulu, because this skill goes great with his direction. All right, that 3rd skill. All right. Next we got Mountain Spirit. Now I'm gonna do a tier video of the best Nat 5s, but I'm gonna just give you a spoiler. He might be, if not the best, he might be if not one of the best, he might be the best 5-star in the game. All right. Now the best one of this one is the King type. All right. This King directional Mountain Spirit. They're all good. All right, you can't be mad if you get him, but his passive skill plus him being able to heal his 3rd skill and how his passive synergizes with his 1st skill makes this one a beast. This is the one 5-star I wish I can get sometime soon. Please, I just want this one. All right, let's go awaken form. All right, so look. Attacks the enemy in range 2 consecutive times. He does so much damage. He's a defense type that does so much damage. Alright, 2 consecutive times inflicts damage that's proportionate to your defense. Now that's the key here. It's proportionate to your defense, alright? And increases the defense of allies for 2 turns. So he increases his own defense for 2 turns. There's a 50% chance though, but he increases his defense for 2 turns. Plus it deals damage according to his defense. So now why is this so good? Because his 2nd skill. It increases your defense every turn when your turn begins. So the longer he stays alive, the stronger he gets. Such a problem. Such a problem. Alright? And then on top of that, he attacks all enemies in range. He has an AoE that inflicts damage proportionate to your defense. And you gotta remember, he increases defense every turn. Alright? So that 1st skill is just gonna keep getting stronger. And this 3rd skill is gonna be strong because you keep on adding defense every turn. Alright, and he recovers HP by 30% of the inflicted damage, so he heals himself, so he has endure. Alright, this is why he's the best one. He has an endure skill that keeps himself alive, HP by 30%. He keeps on adding defense, and the more defense he has, the more attack he has with his 1st skill. Clearly one of the best Nat 5s in the game. Alright, so if you got a Mountain Spirit, hopefully you got the King type. But all the other ones are good, so don't be mad if you don't. But man, that's the guy, Mountain Spirit. All right. Next we got semi. Let's go to his awakened form. All right. And the best one in this direction is the Queen type. All right. The Queen semi is the best. Let's go over his 1st skill. I'll tell you why he's the best. Attack the enemy in range to steal 1 beneficial effect and remove 1 weakened effect of all allies if you're successful. And you still with an 80% chance. All right. So if you're successful, you still with an 80% chance you can remove a weakening effect off all the other allies. All right. So that's good in dungeons. Really good in PvP. He's a really good kid. That 1st skill is strong. But his 1st skill gets even stronger because of this is what makes him the best, because of his passive. But that's his 3rd skill. Let's look at his 2nd skill first. Attack all enemies in range to the 3rd pincer attack for 2 turns. All right, so he's a what do you call, a counter to Stein. We'll go over Stein in a second, but he counters Stein. So if you see a Stein in the lineup, go ahead and put Semi in there to try to stop Stein, because Stein is a problem as well. All right, but this disturbing pincer attack for 2 turns is very useful. All right, and now this is what makes him the beast of all the other types, is his passive. Counterattacks a target with a 60% chance when attacked. So if you're attacking him and you have invincibility on yourself, he can still, you attack him, he has a chance to counterattack and then steal the invincibility from you. And then he can remove any weakening effects on the whole team. Alright? So this is why he's the best. He's the only one that has a 60% chance of counterattacking you, and that could be such a problem. I can see a lot of people using him on their defense team. Alright? He's an attack type, does a lot of damage. He removes beneficial effects, he steals beneficial effects, he stops you from using your pincer attack, and he counterattacks with a 60% chance. Really, really good unit. Alright, he's I think he's ahead, like way better than the others. So hopefully if you get a semi, I hope you get the queen type. Alright. Next we have Scold. Here she is. Scold is a support type. Okay. The best one here is the Knight. The Knight type. Alright. It's the one that can make the L shape, or pretty much it makes a square all the way around. This one is the best. Let's go ahead to her awakening form. She's the best because of her passive healing skill and her second skill. Alright. So what makes her so good? Well, let's go over her first one because they all have the same first skill. Attacks the enemy in range 2 consecutive times to increase the attack power of allies for 2 turns with a 50% chance. Alright. So she has a chance to increase everybody's attack power, which is why she's a support unit, which will go very well with people like Hades and Chaos and other attackers in the game. Alright. Now, she expands the movement range of an allied target by 1 turn. So when I was reading this, I was like, man, that would be really great if I had a Hades. So because sometimes it's just 1 tile away, and if I could just get my attack off, I could definitely kill him on the first move, which is very important in the very beginning. So she will support. She's very good support for attack type monsters. All right. But what makes her so good above the rest is her passive skill here. All right. Every three turns, she balances the HP rate of all allies equally when the turn begins. All right. So she could give her a lot of HP. All right, and make her very tanky. She will keep your attackers alive, and plus buffing their attack power, plus giving them extended range. Scold is a very good support unit. I can see her being very useful late game. I think a lot of late game players are gonna have her on their lineup, definitely in their attack teams. All right, so she's very good unit to look out for. But I think this Knight is the best version of all of them. Okay, now we got Solace. Now she wasn't in the beta mode. I didn't see her before, so she's a new one. But I got to check her out, and I would have to say the best one out of all of them is the Bishop. All right, once again, the Bishop is like the X, it goes diagonal. All right, the reason why the Bishop is the best because of her passive skill and her second skill. Passive is her third skill, and her second skill, the way that they are situated, it is very nice for her. Let's just go over what her first skill is first. Attacks the enemy in range 2 consecutive times to decrease the attack damage for 2 turns with an 80% chance. Alright. So that's good that she's able to decrease the attack damage. Definitely on very heavy attack units like Hades or Chaos. Doing that could be very beneficial. Okay. Also, this air combat mode, her second skill, attacks the enemy in range 4 consecutive times regardless of the obstacles. So it doesn't matter if there's a, you know how they might put a target in front of you to try to heal you. Anybody in that path that you can see, you see the red little box down there, anybody in her path is going to get hit. So air combat mode could be do a lot of damage. I haven't used her, so I don't know how much damage because he is a defense type. But the fact that no matter what's in front of her, they put a gimmick in front of you or whatever, you trying to hit a unit that's trying to run away, you could kill them. They can't put anything to block your path. All right. Lastly is this one. Every 3 turns, you can remove 1 beneficial effect off of all the enemies, so she's useful in PvP and in the dungeon, and recovers your HP by 5% when your turn begins. All right. So she has sustain. She's a defense type monster, so she's built to pretty much just stay alive, to help you pretty much hinder the other team's best attacker, go after units that try to run away, and then continually heals and removes any harmful effects on your team. Okay, I mean remove any beneficial effects on the team. So when they like do something like invincibility or shields, Seeker remove all of that, giving your attackers a good chance of taking out whoever they need to take out. So she's the best out of all of them. Not even really close. This one is the best. All right. Now the next one, Stein. He's a little different than everybody else. Let's go to his awakened form. Stein. The truth is, it doesn't really matter which direction you choose with him. They are all about equally great. All right, because kind of just like Lord Dragon, his first skill and his third skill are the same. The only thing that changes is the second skill, and it really depends on what you want. Me, I would say, if anything, I would say this one right here, the Rook, is the best one out of all of them. Okay, you have to look at let's look at his first skill. Attacks enemy in range 2 consecutive times, stuns them for 1 turn with 35% chance. All right, and then the third skill, remember they're all the same. Activates pincer attack regardless of the movement range. So no matter where you are, you're gonna do a pincer attack. All right, and increases your pincer attack each turn when the turn begins. So your pincer attack power goes up every turn. So the longer he stays alive, similar to Mountain Spirit, the longer he stays alive, the more damage he will do on his pincer attacks though. So he is a support type. So basically you have another attacker and he's just like, he's gonna do a lot of damage to help out your attacker get that kill with his pincer attack. Now, what makes them separate, we'll go over all of them. Like I said, I think this one, the Rook type, is the best one. But right here, attacks the enemy in range 2 consecutive times and increases your attack power of all allies for 2 turns. All right, I think that's the best, increasing everybody's attack power, because with that pincer attack, he's going to do so much damage and help out your attacker on top of that. But as you see, it really just changes. Attacks the enemy in range 2 consecutive times, increases defense of all allies. So it really depends on what you want. You want sustain or you want more attack. So this one increases your defense on the second skill. All right, this one increases your pincer attack power. So everybody else, when they go in it gives them more damage. This second skill here, it gives you an endure effect for 2 turns. So you can't die as long as you have your endure on. And then this one, recovers your HP by 10%. All right, but me personally, I think getting the most damage out of Stein is the best when he increases your attack power for 2 turns, and he'll help. Since he is support, he'll help out your attacker. So it really doesn't matter though on Stein which one you get. All right, so I don't think anybody can be like, "Rip, you didn't get the right direction on him." As long as you have the Stein, you're good. Stein is really, he's a beast. All right. And the longer he lives, the stronger he gets with those pincer attacks. All right. And not to mention that stun on the first skill is very useful. All right. Now, even though it only lands a 35% chance clip, I know it could probably be increased with skill books. All right. And last but not least, they just added her as well. She's a fusion type. She is basically made to help you in dungeons. All right. That's how she's built. So the one I chose was the one that could be used not just only in dungeons, but probably outside of that. And the one I chose is the Bishop. Once again, that's the one that makes the X. All right, I'm sorry, not the Bishop. I'm sorry, guys. The Knight. The one I chose is the Knight. All right, the one that can make the L shape or go in square all the way around. All right, but the Bishop may be the best. All right, if you're just trying to do for PvP, I'll go over the Bishop as well. But this one is the one that was overall, I think you can use in more places. But if you're just trying to use the Bishop, that's one just for the dungeons. So we'll go over that in a second. So our first skill is all the same. Attacks the enemy in range to inflict damage that's proportionate to the number of beneficial effects ran on the target, and remove 1 beneficial effect with an 80% chance. All right. So that's why you already see why I said she's useful in dungeons. And recovers an ally target HP by 15% and grants invincible effect for 2 turns. So if one's about to, you have somebody in your team that's about to die, so you can give them invincibility plus heal them. Definitely if it's an attacker, you really don't need that attacker to die. You just need a couple more hits on the boss in the dungeons. She's very useful for that. And then right here, attack all enemies in range 3 consecutive times. to inflict damage that's proportionate to your max HP. So she's an HP type, so she's gonna do a lot of damage on this attack. Plus, she'll heal all the allies on your team by 10%. So this one right here can be useful in more places than one. But if anything, I would say if you just want her solely for the dungeon, the best one will be this one, the Bishop. And the reason is because of her third skill. She has the same second skill as the Knight. We all know they have the same first skill. But this one, it removes 1 continuous damage of all allies when the turn begins. So every turn, she removes continuous damage. And there's certain dungeons where you get continuous damage put on you every go, and it weighs on you. All right. So it's kind of like in Summoner's War, kind of like a Veramos, where every turn it removes a negative effect on you. She removes a continuous damage effect on you. So that's why I was saying she could be very good in the dungeons, but I think overall, if you want to use them more places, that this Knight Valkyria could be the best one. Okay, guys. So I just wanted to give y'all a review of which Nat 5s are the best ones, because I know everybody's like, well, I got the same Nat 5 as you, like that one new player. Since we're all new, but since that one player was asking, he was like, how come mine's not doing the same as yours? They don't all do the same thing, and there are some Nat 5 classes or directions, that you want to call it that, or Nat 5 types that are better than the other types. All right, so I just wanted to let you know to look out for if you pull a Nat 5. Hopefully you watch this and you get a Nat 5. You now know which one out of those Nat 5s is the best direction to have on your team. All right, guys. So I just want to thank y'all for watching this video. I will be doing a tier list of the best Nat 5 of these Nat 5s that we have so far. We got 13 Nat 5. So we'll do 1 through 13 of the best Nat 5s coming soon. Go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you know when I'm uploading videos. That way you don't miss out on any tips or tricks. And that way you can see when I'm uploading, man. Don't forget to hit that like button and that bell notification in the comments. Come on, do it now. Don't forget. All right, guys, it's your boy Sam Gamer, and I'm out. Peace.